So when you speak in the terms of restructuring some of the political policies, and when you look at Cincinnati having such a long term history of just not playing fair, basically to be blatant, and a large quantity of our political figures are comfortable with the way things are because they're able to make money, they're able to keep money, and include their personal friends and people that they have close friendships with. What does that look like going forward into that structure, and how are you looking to restructure that thought process and that long-standing ideology that's been there so long?
Well, the one thing I have to say about that is you can't change a person's heart, but you can change the processes. And like I said, I worked behind the scenes in politics for the past 30 years. And in 1995, I was a member of the charter committee. Just like the United States has a constitution, the city of Cincinnati has a charter. And so going in, I will say that although I've been very vocal, I do have some allies. I do have some friends in city, county, and state and federal government. And so those are the people who, although they're there, they see what's going on. But, I say that, silence is consent. And I still blame them to a degree because they haven't worked to change anything, but they know my heart. They know I'm a good person. And so I'm trusting that, people who I've worked side by side with will help me to get in conjunction with the regular people who normally don't vote. I'm trying to get them registered to vote and help have them push me through. And once I get in there, we're going to change the charter so that it will be fair across the board so that outsiders can get in. Because right now, I mean, the cliques are so tight and it's almost like the mafia.
Yep.
Like it's gang affiliation, the Reds and the Blues. And so I have coined myself as an independent Democrat because there's some Democrats who I don't even want to identify with, and they've been so shady and they have been part of my demise. So, what I've had to do is I've had to learn how to move in a room full of vultures and just be me
Okay,
in
Jigga.
spite of who else is there.
Okay, Jigga, we hear the
Well,
hood in you a
from
little
what
bit.
I'm hearing and from what I think you're on the right page. I'm just saying, there's so much corruption. You really, it is really like The Wire for real. It's really
It
like
really is.
that.
So with that mindset and with that mentality, how do you intend to make it all inclusive? Because you did mention that you wanted to include our Black community in the wealth and some of the structure that's going with the rebuilding of Cincinnati. But I think that a certain undertone has been laid that it's kind of black against white, and I think that we can't move forward until we have a sense of community togetherness outside of color that is inclusive to everyone. So, how do you plan to move us forward with everybody being inclusive with a new cultured mindset?
Well, the one thing the best answer I can give to that is ultimately, I would love to see one city. The Urban League has a report called "The State of Black Cincinnati: A Tale of Two Cities," and so I would like to bridge the divides and work. And I already work with Crossroads Church. I'm on their justice team, their justice ministry. I facilitate a group called Undivided, which is racial reconciliation. And so we know that racism is the root cause of everything in this country. I mean, this country was founded on racist principles, period. But what I want to do is help people to understand that right now it's about rich and poor. Either you're rich or you're poor. The middle class is shrinking to a point where they're just, a higher level of poor. And so if I can empower people economically and say, this is about the small fries, this is about those people who were bamboozled by Trump, who made them think that he was doing something really, really spectacular for them, but ultimately he was hurting them too. So I bridge the divides by telling people this is for your benefit. Ultimately, having me in office will not only help the Black community, because I want to see more Black wealth in this city than I've ever seen before. And essentially, this could mean reparations for Black Cincinnati or the Black community, but it'll also empower poor white Cincinnati. Like I said, I'm west side, east side, and back to the west side. So right now I live in Westwood, and I lived in Price Hill. I have property in Price Hill that I'm fighting to get back. And I have a lot of friends who are in the same boat as I am. And so, I do plan on meeting with them and saying, this is really in your highest and best interest too. Those white guys who I know who got construction companies, who are electricians, who are plumbers, I say, I want to create a way for you to get a contract, just like I want to create a way for my friend Charles Hicklin of Hicklin Construction, who has a contract and who has not been able to access those contracts because he's a black man.
Yes.
So that sounds like we're going to start educating our people. And so you mentioned some of the organizations that you're affiliated with and some of the ways that they can help. And so for everybody listening in, I think, do you have websites or how do we tap into some of what you do to educate ourselves further and to try to even become part of those organizations if it's aligned with where we're going on a personal level?
My website is the Kelli Prather Experience. I'm on all social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I do a radio show, a bi-weekly radio show, which will soon be 5 days a week. It's called Kelli Keeps You in the Know. And it's on 1320 AM WCVG, The Voice. And actually that radio show is basically a public service show. It's a way for small businesses to get to get visibility so that they can be viable entities in the marketplace. So I have a radio show. I have a talk show called Catching Up with Kelli on Spectrum Cable TV and Cincinnati Belfi Optics. And they can inbox me and say, hey, Kelli, I want to be a part of this movement. Actually, with my campaign, I am offering a livable wage for anybody who want to distribute flyers and who want to be a part of this. So I'm paying people to help me with this campaign because it means that much to me. And I have not done a lot of fundraisers. So everything that I'm putting out is money that I work for. Like, it's my personal income, but I'm just that serious about getting into a position where I can make life better for myself and for everybody in this city because we deserve so much more.
And
so this is our opportunity.
Why?
Yeah, this is our opportunity to right a lot of wrongs. And so if I can be, and I talked about the fact that I submitted that resolution or that position statement to the Democratic National Convention. So if I can be influential in encouraging members of Congress to change the Constitution, imagine what I could do with the city's charter.
Absolutely.
I can make some amendments to the city's charter that will change life for everyone for years to come.